down and you keep down, Charrington.
You're giving me orders. I outrank you a full grade, Custer.
Your rank doesn't mean a thing while you're in my custody.
So you follow my orders or you won't live to see your court-martial.
Leave that pistol alone, LeMay. I'm in command here. People are dying out there.
There's nothing we can do for them. They're dead already. We'll be dead too if you fire that pistol. There's someone alive in the coach. Whoever you are in that stagecoach, stay down and keep quiet.
Sounds like the gambler was traveling with us.
He's dead. Now get under that stagecoach and play dead now.
Get his knife, moccasins, tomahawk.
If we're going to die, let's die like soldiers.
It's not die at all.
What's it?
Okay, Colonel. Grab that horse and start riding west. Lieutenant, we'll ride double on this one. Hurry.
I will have the scalp of yellow hair.
At 24, he had been the youngest general in the Civil War. Within 5 years, he had been reduced in rank and sent west to be forgotten. But he was not the kind of man to let the world forget. His name, George Armstrong Custer.
Any sign of it?
No.
Good. We've lost them.
You think that, Colonel? You don't know Indians very well.
I know savages just as well as you do, Custer. Blue Creek, I fought more than 400 Cheyenne.
Yeah, we've all heard about your Indian exploits. 250 of them were women and children.
That's a lie.
And the rest of them were weaponless, since they were camped under the flag of truce and turned the weapons in at Fort Lyons.
I intend to prove that that's a lie.
Well, you're going to have to, Colonel, because that's why you're under arrest and headed for a court-martial.
You're beginning to sound like a blasted Indian lover, Custer.
I say we've lost the Indians. Let's get out of here and make tracks for Fort Hays.
As far as we go by horse. You can dismount, Colonel. You too, Lieutenant.
Are you out of your mind? You mean to put us afoot in this country?
That's correct. Now get down.
You intend to walk to Fort Hays?
It's the only chance we have. Now dismount, Colonel.
I'm sorry, Colonel Custer. I may be under arrest, but that's one order I don't intend to follow.
Colonel, did you see that Indian on that paint pony? Well, that Indian's name is Warcloud. Now, if you're under the delusion that you can outsmart and outrun Warcloud, well, you just point that pony south towards Fort Hays. Now, it's only 50 miles. But I can almost guarantee you you'll have a fire roasting under your belly before sundown.
Have you a better plan?
I have. We can take the long way around.
Walk right into their hands.
It's the thing they'll least expect us to do.
Fool, we could have used that horse for cover when we made our stand.
It would be used to make our stand with, Colonel. Lieutenant LeMay's revolver and that bow and arrow.
If we were in such a hurry, we could have picked up our sidearms in that luggage boot.
And given up our scalps in the process. No, thank you.
Sir, I don't understand. What are you doing?
Those ponies are headed in the direction of Fort Hays. I'm hoping that Warcloud will think we are for a while. Until he picks them up, at least. That'll buy us some time. Now, let's get lost up in those bushes. You get out of those boots and into the moccasins we took.
Well, if they're good enough to follow our boot marks, they're good enough to follow moccasin prints.
Well, that's true. But this is Indian territory. And I'm hoping they won't be able to tell our tracks from theirs. Now pick up that lance and let's move.
Two ponies to Sankawika. They ride south to White Man's Fort. Yellow hair is fool.
There are many Lakota Sioux asleep forever who thought so, brave bull. We waste time.
Listen to me. Yellow hair wears a white skin, but he has the heart of a Sioux, and he thinks like a Sioux. So we shall hunt him like a Sioux, not a white eye, or others will die. You do not think he has gone south? I think he's gone to the Black Hills. Would not dare. You will follow these tracks into the Black Hills, brave bull. We will go south after the ponies.
Custer, I'm getting tired of this little game.
It's not exactly a game, Colonel. Warcloud's the hunter and we're the prey. I'm tired of no. We have nothing to say about it.
Colonel Custer, I don't see how we can hope to hit anything with that boulder.
Look down there. That's Buffalo Gap, the only way into the Black Hills fraction.
It's a fine defensive position. I assume your strategy is to make our fight here.
If you'd stop thinking like a soldier for a minute, Colonel, and start thinking like an Oglala Sioux, you'd realize that our strategy is to make a fight nowhere.
Well, there can't be more than a few of them. We have LeMay's pistol.
We may need the bullets for ourselves. I don't think you'll relish what they'll do to you if they take you alive.
Yes, sir.
Colonel Custer, if you left an empty trail for Warcloud back on the plains, what are we doing here?
Get out, quick. Get out, fast. What is it? The answer to your question.
He's suspicious.
Wait a minute, that's where Colonel Custer dropped one of the boots. Swallowed the bait. How'd you know he'd come?
Well, Cloud's a hard man to fool. But he had to follow the horses, and he had to make sure it wasn't a trick. So we sent a man here.
Even Warcloud wouldn't have figured you'd be insane enough to enter the Black Hills.
Wrong, Colonel. That's exactly what he'd do himself.
Holding rock. The holding rock. You're welcome, Custer.
No, Charlington. He didn't save my life. He probably put us all in the Arrows run. Miniconju, Saint-Zark, Brûlé, Sitting Bull's Humpapa, Oglala. They infest those hills. Now let's get out of here.
Pony got away, sir.
No matter. We need at least 2 horses. The country's too rough to ride triple. The rawhide Rieta will come in useful. From now on, Colonel, do your killing quietly.
Canteen, sir. Army issue. It's a little bent up, still hold water, though.
2nd Cavalry.
Why, they're stationed back in Julesburg.
The other one was taken from one of General Terry's men out of Fort Hays. That'll give you some idea about Warcloud, Colonel. He's like a fire sweeping the plains. All the way from Julesburg to North Platte, from the Republican River to Fort Hays. He's a brilliant tactician, and he commands one of the finest light cavalries in the world. So don't take him so lightly from here on. Let's move. What are you doing, Charlington?
There's a $20 bounty on every hostile scalp brought in.
Put that knife away.
Why should I?
That brave was as good a soldier as you or I, and he died fighting for a cause he believed in.
You're as romantic a fool as I've been told, Custer.
Cross this land to reach a port. We shall make camp here and wait for him. But we shall not let him hide. You two shall follow Yellow Hair and howl at his heels like the wolves on the edge of the buffalo herd. Go!
Southeast.
Thank God, there's 2 less braves to worry about.
You're wrong, Colonel.
What do you mean, sir?
Warcloud is as good a tracker as any human being alive.
Warcloud? What makes you think he's a human being?
They come in all sizes, shapes, kindnesses, and cruelties, Colonel. And until the white man taught him, Warcloud never attacked women and children.
What are you talking about, sir?
Why don't you tell the lieutenant what happened, Colonel?
When we get to Fort Hays, I'm going to demand satisfaction for that, sir.
I was in Denver when the Colorado volunteers returned from Blue Creek. They brought back human trophies.
You mean American soldiers did that?
They could have taught a Comanche.
They taught us. We were just giving them back a little bit of their own medicine.
You mean you admit it's true?
Lieutenant, whenever a war cloud, a gall, or crazy horse does it, sooner or later they're forgiven and offered a reservation. When we do it, some greenhorn sick at the sight of blood wants to court-martial us.
But they're savages.
That might excuse them. But what excuses us, Colonel? Warcloud sent those two braves to cut us off from behind and flush us out. He'll be down there waiting to set a trap. Because he knows it's the only way we can get back.
Well, hadn't we better move out before those two hairlifters come back?
We will, just as far as it takes us to set up a good ambush. That looks like a good spot right there off that trail.
You're insane. You mean to tangle with those two with Warcloud within gunshot?
Warcloud expects those two Indians to flush us out on foot when we reach the plains. And I intend for us to be on horseback. And I don't see any way of getting ponies unless we take them from those two Indians who are after us. Now let's move.
He's mad. Man, it's impossible. He's mad as...
Warcloud?
No point in carrying this. There's no water to be found between here and Fort Hayes.
There might be. In any case, you'll keep it.
What for?
Might make a fine weapon.
A weapon? How?
David had less to fight Goliath. May.
He's dead.
The horses got away. We're gonna have to help you get this arrow out.
The barb's in there. I'll have to butcher it out.
Anytime, Colonel. Anytime.
It's gonna hurt.
It already does. Clean?
Yeah, it's clean. It's not bleeding much.
Good. Rub some Wasna in there.
What?
Wasna, it's in that bag. It'll make a good poultice. Let's pack it in the wound. Now, when we reach the plains, we won't have any cover from there to Fort Hayes. Warcloud and his braves will be waiting for us. You know, we gotta come out of here sometime. Gotta get around them. It's not gonna be easy to do.
I'd give anything for a Hotchkiss cannon. Lob a canister of grape shot right in that cutthroat's camp.
It's a good idea, Colonel.
It's a good dream.
We'll have to make us one.
I think that wound has gone to your head, Custer.
We can't make a cannon, but we can make a canister of grape shot. Get me that empty canteen you were so anxious to throw away. Check it, make sure it is dry.
Dry as death.
Good. Gunpowder. Pour it in. That's good. How many bullets we got?
We got 4.
Let me have them.
I'll save 2. I don't want to be taken alive.
Let me have 2.
I would say this was a sheer waste of effort.
Well, you better pray that it works, Colonel. Because your life depends on it.
Something is wrong. You should have seen the fire arrows by now. Right north, find Spotted Tail's camp. Bring back many warriors.
You better throw it, Colonel. I'm still a little unsteady from that wound.
I hope this contraption of yours works.
So do I, Colonel. So do I. Not in here, not in weather like this.
The rain will wash out our tracks, but luck we'll be out of here tomorrow.
I wouldn't be overly optimistic about that, Colonel.
Incredible the tricks that life plays on the man. You were last graduating from a class of 34 men. I was an honor man. By all the laws of logic, common sense, I should have gained the glory.
That may be true, Charrington. Except for one thing.
I know what you're going to say.
Luck. Custer's luck. Everything you touch turns to glory.
Look. When I sat 36 hours straight in the saddle, you rode a desk in Washington.
Custer, I'll have you know that I requested field duty.
I'm sure you did. I know how I got field duty. General Winfield Scott. General Winfield Scott had a good appetite. He could eat enough for 3 men. But the thing he liked best were wild strawberries in season. I made sure that General Scott got his wild strawberries by riding 120 miles in a single day. I cheated. Begged. Yes, I even blackmailed General Scott to transfer me to McClellan's outfit. Luck, maybe. But no one ever gave me anything.
You must be joking. A major general at 24. You were the boy general.
I received my stars in the field of battle at the recommendation of General Pleasanton. But there were 3 other men who were also granted that same honor. Not just me. Now, Farnsworth and Merritt were only months older than I was. Either of them could have been singled out by the newspapers for the same attention I was given.
That's exactly my point, Custer. Luck.
Well, I'd say a certain amount of ability had something to do with it.
I'm sure that's true, but in any case, you rode on to glory ever since, and we were left in your shadow. I'll tell you something, well, it might amuse you. For years, I've sworn to myself that if ever given the chance,
I would gain as much glory as you or more. The Blue Creek fight, for instance. You know how that came about? I was thinking of you. Your fine, grand charge at the Washington. You rode in at dawn and your band was playing the Gary Owen and you rode right into the front pages of every newspaper in the world. And honestly, I hated you. And I swore to myself that I would do more. Much more.
You do more. Much more. You slaughtered an entire Indian village for that?
For that? Yes. Exactly for that. For the glory. Only, it seems that I don't have your luck. You massacred the Cheyenne and the Washita. I did the same thing at Blue Creek, but they brand me a murderer.
You are a murderer, Charrington. They're coming. Let's go.
Where?
That gully.
We're through, Custer. This is no cover.
It's all the cover we're gonna have. Get in.
If you make a move, give us a way out to leave before they do.
Let them go. We do not hunt buffalo today. We hunt yellow hair.
That rattler for?
Another weapon. So it's...
They're gone. Let's get out of here while we have a chance.
Relax, Jarrington. War Cloud's got eyes like an eagle. If we so much as ruffle that dust out there, they'd spot us.
Well, we should get out of here. They're liable to come back.
That's for sure. As soon as they fail to turn up any tracks further on.
Custer, we should make a run for it.
We will. Just as soon as it's dark.
I suppose you've picked a direction.
I have.
Well, is it a secret?
Not especially. We'll head for that rocky butte, just west of here.
That's miles out of our way.
It depends on how you figure it. Seeing that we've been living on borrowed time since War Cloud jumped that stagecoach, I figure we've got nothing to lose.
Except our lives.
That's right.
Sometimes I don't understand you, Custer. You're obviously a man driven by ambition.
Guilty, Your Honor.
Constantly in hot water for offending your superiors?
That may be true, but just the same. You're the one that's up for a court-martial.
For doing my duty. For following orders I was given, Custer.
What orders, Charrington? I've never seen any orders that required us to wipe out the Plains tribes or destroy their culture.
Culture? Your talk is the talk of a stupid sentimentalist. These ignorant savages have controlled this land for thousands of years, and what have they achieved? They haven't even learned to grow crops to feed their own bellies. The only thing they know is to chant meaningless noises and paint their faces and kill.
What crops have you grown, Charrington? You wear a fancy uniform and spout words that mean nothing. And you kill men. So what makes us any better than these tribes?
We represent civilization.
Civilization.
Obviously, you've chosen the wrong side of this war, Custer.
In a way, perhaps you're right. I'm in a party to destroying a people's way of life that I've learned to understand and appreciate. But I've also learned that that's not really what's important.
What is important?
This will be a big country someday, Charrington. Big enough to hold all kinds of people and all ways of life. And that's what I'm fighting for.
You really believe that?
Enough to die for it. I'll get some sleep.
Escape us.
No, he will not escape us. He will see the fires and approach them.
He is not that foolish.
Perhaps he hears your words and laughs.
He would not come that close.
That's what he wants us to think. He will pass us so close our fires will cast his shadows on the ground.
And we should be out there, waiting for him.
Bent Arm is a brave man. If he hunts the cougar at night.
I am not afraid.
Only a fool would say that.
I will prove it.
Your squaw will sing the death song for you.
Escape. Didn't you hear me? I said they've cut off our escape to the butte.
Forget it. You said it was 50 miles to the fort. At least a dozen war parties spread out between here and Fort Hayes and those hills. Nothing's gonna get through them but the wind. Now let's move. Now, those horses, if we could get a hold of them. These aren't sleepy-eyed rebel farm boys standing guard duty, Colonel. Those are War Cloud's braves. They can see better than we can, and hear better than we can. Ride better, too, for that matter. Let's go. rest here before we start climbing.
It'll be daylight soon. We won't stand a chance.
We haven't stood one for the last 2 days, so nothing's changed.
The legend of Custer. Boy General. I can understand how that came about. You're a crude, resourceful man, I'll give you that. Kind of things that dime novelists exploit so well, and it just comes naturally to you.
I'd say some nice things about you too, Colonel. If I could think of any.
No, it's true. No, you have a knack for the heroics. You kept us alive longer than I believe possible, and if we get out of this situation, I'm sure there'll be a dozen sensational stories about your frontier prowess.
Oh, at least that many.
Another spectacular exploit. Make all the newspapers in the country, and you'll be a bigger hero than you've ever been.
Your help. Have it your way.
Custer!
Keep climbing.
You waste bullets. He's too high. Stay here. The rest of you, come with me.
Time for us to part company, Colonel.
Why?
Give one of us a chance to stay alive a little longer. Keep moving. Follow this cleft as far as it goes. When you reach the far side of the butte, you should be able to find a way down. If you make it all the way, wait till dark, and then make your move to Fort Hayes. Once you're across the river, you should be safe.
What are you gonna do?
I'll try to draw them away from you. Now move out.
And let you make another noble gesture, Custer? Not on your life.
Suit yourself.
this time, Custer, I am. Taking a lesson from your book. You're not going to be the hero. I am. What's happened to us will make a sensational story. Charrington, man, soldier, beat Warcloud at his own game. Charges against me will be dropped when the public learns to idolize me the way they have you.
I unloaded it last night while you were asleep. There's no glory in what happened for either of us. There's little honor in running from the stupid savages, as you call them. So let's move out. You've got a court-martial waiting for you.